Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of dividing decimals. This is standard 5.3G in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 24 off the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So Gwen has a board that is 6.48 or 6 and 48 meters long. She cut the board into 9 pieces of equal length. So that's our only clue. When we see equal length, we know that we're dealing with equal groups. Equal groups lets us know we are either going to multiply or divide. What was the length of each piece in meters? Well, even if we wanted it to multiply, any of those options are not available in F, G, H, or J. So it's definitely not going to be multiplication. It is going to be division. So really what we're looking at here is we are looking at a total here. We're looking at strip diagram of 6.48 or 6 and 48 hundredths. And we're needing to cut this into 9 equal pieces. So let's just pretend that those are 9 equal pieces, and that can represent our 9 pieces of equal length. So we are going to divide, and we're going to divide 9. That's going to be our divisor. 6.48, that is going to be our dividend. When we divide anything with decimals, our first check is the divisor itself. Are there any decimals in the divisor? In this case, there are not, so we are good to go. If we do find a decimal in the divisor, we need to move it to the right or the left, match that in the dividend, just so we can deal with whole numbers only in the divisor. Second step is to take our decimal from our dividend, move it straight up. So we're going to put it up on that quotient bar right there, and then we're just going to pretend like it doesn't exist. We don't really need the decimal anymore. So we just divide like normal, but since we have this decimal right here, even though we know 9 cannot go into 6, we need to go ahead and put that 0 there. Just because when we write our answers, we always need to make sure that we put a 0 in the ones place if there's no other digit there. That just kind of holds the decimal there. So 0 times 9, and so that's going to be 6. Let's bring this 4 down. Oh, we're so close. 9 times 7 is 63, so that's going to get us really close. And so we're going to bring 1, and here's our 8s, and there we go. That's a nice multiple of 9. That's 18. So we're going to go in there 2 times. And so it looks as if our answer is going to be 72 hundredths. That's J. But we always want to double check. So how we do that is we do that with our multiplication, our inverse operation. So whenever you get a division answer, you can multiply your quotient and your divisor. Multiply those two. It should get you back to your dividend if you did the division correctly. So let's multiply. Now we've got a decimal, obviously, in one of our factors. What we do is we're going to ignore it for right now. We're just going to pretend like it's not there, and we'll come back to it later. So 9 times 2 is going to be 18. And then we've got 9 times 7, that's going to be 63. We're going to add that 1, we're going to get back to 64. And then we are going to do 9 times 0, that's your 0, and then we're going to add the 6 back in. So 648, the digits are correct, but the decimals are incorrect. Now we look at our decimal once again. So we look at how many digits are behind the decimal in the factors. I've got 1 digit, I've got 2 digits. This 9 is really 9 point nothing. There's no digits behind the decimal there. So 2 digits behind the decimal in the factor. I need 2 digits behind the decimal in my product. That's how we multiply with decimals. And so we're going to look at 648. If there is no decimal already there, it's always at the end after our ones place. And we're going to move it in once. We're going to move it in twice. And that gets us back to our 648. So that's how we multiply by decimals. That 648 does match our dividend. That's what we started with. So that means our 72 hundredths is good to go. It's not F, G, or H. Our answer is J.